Hello, everybody. I believe I am live, coming to you from StreamYard. And this afternoon, I've got a very special guest. It is a day with Day, and you'll get that in a minute. My name is Heidi Springborn. I'm an independent promoter with Innovative Posh. I did one of these interviews earlier this afternoon with one of the people on the Ignite Coffee. But this afternoon, I'm going to focus on talking business. So again, I'm Heidi. I'm thrilled to be here as an independent promoter. I was drawn to this company because they offer a different and new way to take vitamins. And I was also drawn to the fact that you can get a little bit of extra income. So today, I have my very dear friend and mentor, actually, Dayana Owen. And I'm going to bring her in. Hi.
Hi.
Hello, Dayana. How are you doing?
I'm doing really good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really excited to have you here. I can't lie.
Me too. And I love your title, A Day with Day.
Day with Day.
That's
yeah,
it.
I thought that was kind of cute.
If you're watching, my name is Dayana, but everybody calls me Day. So I never hear Dayana. Dayana feels weird.
So I guess we'll jump right in because I know that you've got some kiddos and we've got some time constraints. So really briefly, where are you from?
I live in Wapaka, Wisconsin right now. I'm from Waiwega, so really small towns. Waiwega is like 10 minutes away.
So how long have you been with Innovative?
Since 2016.
So how did you start, really?
Well, I started because basically my sister knew the owner, our CEO, Heidi. And so when Heidi launched the company, I have heard about Heidi for years and years from my sister. I've met her. She's a wonderful woman. I love her heart. And so, when she started her company, really, I was eager to try a sleep product that they had. Because back then I worked a lot. Like I was a caregiver and I was a bartender. My body never really knew when to sleep. So I fell in love with the product, and then the business to me was a no-brainer. And I can get into that. I don't know when you want me to get into that.
It'll be one of my next questions.
Okay.
But I think it's awesome that you guys are sisters and you're involved in doing this kind of together, separately, but together at the same time. Yeah. So I guess you might have mentioned this, what was your inspiration for wanting to do this? What's your why?
Well, so I watched my sister. Hey, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, you can have a little bit of this until I'm done, okay? Okay, thank you. It's
awesome that you get to be home with your littles.
It is. I love it. And then when we do these, I'm always like, do I lock myself in the room, in the bathroom, or do I take a chance and sit at a table? But I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world. And, the thing is like things like this, I always try to remind, mommy is doing a little bit of work right now, but, this is real life and people get it. And like, you can't stop kids from coming up and, needing you. So, why I got started. Oh my gosh. My sister actually was in the industry, like I mentioned, with Heidi. And I actually watched her become very, very, very successful. To the point to where she no longer had to work. She was doing this from home full time. She didn't have kids back then. But I was like watching her buy new things, like new vehicles and going places. And I was a little not jealous. Like, obviously I cheer her on, right? But I was like, gosh, I am working my butt off. I made good money. Honest, I loved my jobs. But I wanted more. And so back then, like I mentioned, I was a caregiver, a bartender, and then I was also in college full time. So what my life, it was like 65 to 75-hour work weeks plus full-time college. Back then I only had one daughter, and I did not feel like I got nearly enough time with her.
Sure.
And when you're living that experience, and it's like, you know, the caregiver job was 24-hour shifts. So then I would come home and I would shower and I would rush to the other job, and then I would be home at 4 a.m, and then I would go to sleep and wake up at 6 to get her to school, and then I would like cram in homework. I mean, I didn't have time. I didn't have time for I shouldn't say I didn't have time, because I had time, not enough time for my daughter. I never saw my family. Like, my sister's my best friend. I never got to see her. So really, I was just like, okay, this makes sense to me. Like, I love the sleep product. And really it opened my eyes to another option in life, because I think that a lot of us are, all we really know is like this is all I knew. And I watched my mom, you know, you work and you work and you work and you hope that you get enough money to make ends meet. And then a lot of times your paycheck's paycheck, or an unexpected expense comes up, and then you don't know like how to take care of it. So my biggest thing, I wanted to still have an income coming in, but I wanted to be able to see my daughter, my family more.
You know, it's funny you say that, because like, I'm a paramedic by trade. I work 24-hour shifts as well. 24 on, 48 off. And you don't have a lot of time. And I don't have kids, but I do have a loved one. I've got a mom that I'm taking care of, and I've got he's not my husband, but we've been together 15 years. And time, the most precious thing there is, and the one thing you can't change or get back.
Yes.
It's just kind of going by. And that's what I loved so much about hearing about the business opportunity. Mm-hmm. What is it that you like the best about Innovative?
Oh my gosh. Everything. I mean, but like I said, I mean, honestly, everything. Like, so we have products that have made a major difference for my whole entire family in different ways. I mean, from losing some weight to helping my daughter in school. She had a lot of like the focus attention issues. So we would have a lot of like the roundtable meetings with the teachers, and she's having a hard time paying attention. And so it helped her with that. We were able to avoid medication, but still get her to where, you know, I'm still here, right?
Yes, you're here.
It like went black and then it came back on. That was weird.
You're here.
But so it's helped us in so many different ways. I suffered with migraines for a long time, and a lot of other really scary things. And I never really got answers, but just taking that proactive approach to my health is what gave me my life back, gave my kids their mom back. And it's a blessing. And so I find that like what we do, we're just sharing that with people. And if they don't want it, then that's fine. Mm-hmm. Most of the people, they do want it. I mean, if you look around at the world that we're living in today, a lot of people are, you know, overworked, underpaid. They're sick and tired of being sick and tired. They're over medicated. They're overweight. Like it's just the world we live in. And people are going to continue, honestly, to get sicker and sicker in the future unless we do something about it. And I think that like we're here to educate people on that. And like I said, if they don't want it, that's fine. But a lot of people do. A lot of people feel stuck and feel hopeless, and they don't know that there is another way. So I love everything about it. Obviously, the time, like I've been home with my girls now. I have two daughters now, 14 and 5, and I've been home for 6 years now.
So what do you? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
What do you think helped you the most make this a career, make that change from going from the workforce to doing this full time?
What helped me to do it?
What helped you make that change? Yeah. What pushed you?
Well, so I was pregnant when I left the workforce. I was pregnant with my youngest daughter, Riley. And my husband knew, like I busted my butt working. He knew, I mean, it tore me apart all the time. Like I need time with Abby. We need to go do things, and I have to go to work. And so when I was pregnant with Riley, like we really talked about it. And instead of just kind of like dabbling in and making money, you know, like enough to pay for the products that we use every month, we were like, okay, well, what, maybe I could be home and go full force with this thing. And I mean, if I don't, then what are the options? So I go back to work. I'm, you know, beating myself up all the time and sad because I'm not getting time with them. We're paying a daycare, right, to like see my kids probably more than I can.
Yeah.
So we just made that decision. And to be honest, in the beginning, it took a lot of help and a lot of support from my husband. He was the main one to cover the bills. And you know what I mean? Because this isn't an industry, and a lot of people will paint the picture of this industry that you come in and it's like this get rich quick, and that's not how it is. It takes grit. It takes hard work. It takes having a mentor. It takes personal growth and always like working on yourself to become better, and like always having that eagerness to learn more. So, you know, that's what I did. And after, gosh, I don't know, I would say a year or so, that's when I really started to get into the swing of things. Okay. And I look back and I'm like, how in the world did I even make that happen? Because you guys, my husband, back then he worked on the road. So he was out of state. He'd be gone for like 14 days, come home for a day, go back. And I had a new baby and my other daughter and nursing, and I don't know. I mean, I put my head down and I said, like, my family is depending on me. And I have big dreams and goals and things that I want to do in life. And I want more than what I had growing up. I had a single mom who struggled to make ends meet. Heidi, you and I have talked about this a lot. So, I mean, yeah, that's what I did.
You know, and I love having you for a mentor, because there's a lot, even though I could be your mom, there's a lot of commonalities. Like, I grew up with a single mom, just watching her struggle and thinking that's the only way in life, until I met you guys. And it sounds like I'm on the right path.
You are.
Sounds like I'm on the right path. Yeah. So, you know, as someone experienced in starting your own business, what advice would you give someone that's interested or considering joining as a promoter?
What advice would I give somebody interested in joining?
Yeah.
I mean, Cam, don't bounce that in here, please, buddy. I would say that you have nothing to lose. It is like, honestly, I just had this talk the other day. It's $50. Like $50, that's crazy. I mean, my husband and I go out to dinner and it's more than that.
Right.
Right. So it's $50. And what I would say is come in, know what you want when you're coming into it. Like, a lot of us don't, and it makes me so sad. And I never even realized this about myself until I came here. But a lot of us, we don't really like dream anymore. We don't sit back and really think about like, well, what do we want our life to look at? And I remember one time, it was my first convention with the company. Heidi, our CEO, she said to the room, she said, I want everybody to sit back and close your eyes for a minute. And I want you to picture your life right now, today, this very moment, like your partner, your family, your relationships with your friends and your family, your career, your home, your car, every aspect of your life. And now I want you to picture in 5 years from now, everything is the exact same. Your financials are the same. You still have that car. You still have that house. You know what I mean? Your relationships are the same. And will that make you truly happy? Is that what you want? And for me, my answer was no. Like, I wanted more, and I knew that I wanted more. And so I think if you are thinking about doing this, like really, just take a minute to think about that question and figure out like, well, what do you want for your life? Because the biggest thing that I've learned in being here is that we are in control. Mm-hmm. And I know I was the one long ago to say, not really. I can't control that. I can't do that. But yes, you can. Like, I have changed so much, and yes, you can. So I would just say go for it and, you know, find a mentor in the company, work with them and tell them what you want out of life. And we're here to help you get that. And I think I love that about this company is that you do not just come in and be, you know, by yourself in it. We're not just like, oh, hey, like, good to have you. Figure it out. We're here for you. And we take that serious. Like when you came to me with your goals, Heidi, and all of the things that you wanted to do, like that's serious. Because I've been there before. I had those before. So here are the kids. Okay, guys.
Hi, kids.
Please, go sit down.
So I'll only ask a few more questions because they're wondering what mom's doing.
Problem. They're curious.
They're cute. They're adorable. It's fine.
They're curious. I think I told you I have that's Camden. That's my oldest daughter. Her dad and we co-parent Awesome, and we're great friends. That's his little boy.
Yeah.
So Abby's half brother. So I have him sometimes, and
No
another
worries.
person working from home is I'm like,
No
sure.
worries. No worries. So when you started then, what are some of the challenges you faced and how did you overcome them?
I mean, the biggest challenge I think I faced was just believing in myself, really. And how did I overcome it? Just being attached to mentors, personal growth, like learning to believe in myself and learning to I just read a meme the other day that said, what did it say? It said something about these kids don't listen. This is your life. Godspeed. I'm like, oh man, do I feel that? But yeah, so I think, that belief in myself for sure was the biggest thing, because this is different than the workforce. Like you have to, you have to have your tunnel vision. You have to know what you want, and you have to wake up and be ready to go for it, because like my mentor is not going to do it for me. I'm not pushing a time clock. I'm not going, you know what I mean? So
I do.
Because balance was also probably the hardest part, because with kids, you still have to separate and be mom and unplug, and once you really get that, and you're working with somebody that can help you get that, it's easy then, but
I also, like, as you're speaking, it's like, I'm going through that. Like the believing in yourself part, that is the hardest part, and the growth, because I see growth within myself on a personal level, which is why I love this company and you, quite frankly, because you've made me a better person. Just you have.
Whoever's watching, I have to say, one of the coolest parts about it too is like the people that you meet, the friends that you gain, and they become family. But then every single person that I've ever met, and I know that my mentors can say this about me too, but there is a tremendous amount of growth. Like it's insane, and it's an absolutely beautiful thing to watch. And I've seen so much of it in Heidi too. So
no, I'm grateful to have met Heidi Whitehair and you, and just all the challenges and tasks that forced me to go outside of my box. And I have these goals and dreams, and I just didn't quite know how to attain them because I didn't have to focus on them. Because what you say, it's right. We've lost touch with our dreams and what to do and how to get them. So this has really helped me focus on what I want in life.
Right.
So how do you keep that work-life balance with the kids?
A calendar. And I'm still like, I have my days, my moments where I still struggle with it. But I know that in order to buckle down, I have to control and own my time, or it will control and own me. And it can be really easy to get caught up in helping them and then helping your kids, and then you're overwhelmed, and you have to, it's a balance, in living by your calendar and knowing what's priority, what needs to be done, what do I do. That's pretty much it. Asking for help as well. And I'm awful at asking for help. I'm super, super independent. But that's been huge for me, and I've been getting a lot better at that.
So I'll kind of tie it down to one or two questions, because I know you got to go soon.
Yeah.
Knowing what you know now, is there anything you would have done differently when you started?
That's a really good question. I mean, I think I probably just would have, I don't know. I think maybe just worked on myself a little bit more in the beginning. And like, so that I didn't have all of those roadblocks of like, can you really do it though? Are you really good enough though? Like I would have worked on myself and like the things that I do now for personal growth and like my mindset, I would have started that right away so that I could have began stronger mentally, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it.
What is your favorite aspect of being in this innovative family? Because I truly, truly feel like I am a part of a family. What do you like the best?
It's like, it's so hard because I mean, every little thing is amazing. You guys, I'm sorry. Give me 1 second.
It's okay. It's okay. Kids, gotta love them. I said kids, gotta love them.
Down.
We can wrap it up too because I know you got to get going.
No, it's okay. Okay, my favorite part about like just the family, are you asking?
Yeah, like the just this whole community of people that is Innovative Posh.
Okay, it's a beautiful culture. And like it is so rare to find people I feel like that will always push you to be better. Challenge you because they know that you're capable, and then like seriously cheer you on. Like I never had that in the workforce. And like, don't get me wrong, I had people who were in my corner who cared, but it's not, they weren't pushing me to like, oh, you can do more than this with your life. You know what I mean? Like you can be better. I know you don't want to do that, but you've got it in you. So like, I think it's such a beautiful thing. And to be honest, like a lot of the people that I've met in this company are more family than some of my family. You know,
Same.
like we call, we'll talk for an hour, we'll laugh. I mean, we brainstorm. Like it's like, it's just like a big group of people who really wants to push each other to succeed and who will always be there to pick you up. And I mean, it's amazing. It really
the best $50 I've ever spent.
Seriously. And you really think about that. Like it's $50. And the thing is I know this is not for everybody. And like I said, this takes grit. It takes a thick skin. You're not, you know what I mean? Like, and there's so much that I won't get into, but it is such a blessing. Like when you hear is personal growth with a paycheck or a paycheck from the heart, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like you gain, I mean, I am nowhere near the same person that I was when I started back in 2016. Is that right? Yeah. But I'm not the same in any way. And I love that. I love watching the growth in myself. And
me too. I'm not the same as I was a year ago. And I am so excited about the person that I'm going to be in 5 years from now.
Yes. Yeah.
I can't wait to see who that is and where I'll be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I know I'll still be here with Innovative, not here, because I'm taking care of my mom, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. No, Heidi, you are doing great things. And, you know, I love your heart to help people. And I have watched Heidi, like I said, the growth is insane, but her heart to like get out there to help people, to serve. And it's amazing.
Thank you.
She's working her butt off. And I know what happens in this industry. I know the checks that come in. I know the freedom that it gives. Like I've lived it. I'm living it now. And I know what it takes to get there. And that's what Heidi is doing. And so 5 years from now,
5 years from now, I hope to not be a paramedic anymore.
It will blow your mind. And isn't that funny? Because like you and I just talked about this and you love what you do.
I love what I do, but it's such a time sink.
Yeah, you don't have time. And you're right. You don't get that time back. Like my birthday is on the 9th and I'm going to be 45. So 5 years from now, I'm going to be 50. Yeah.
I don't want to be a 50-year-old medic.
Yeah, when you're 50, that's your time to live. We're gonna have margaritas on the beach, like we talked about with the team, and it's so possible. And I just wish everybody really knew like the power that you hold to create the life that you want to live and that you can really love.
So I'll leave it up to you if you want to stay on, and I'll close. It's up to you, but
Okay.
I want to thank it. I want to thank, we had one viewer, so thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
And there will be more interviews coming up along in the week, so stay tuned. See everybody. Hope you have a really good day.
Bye.